Hello everyone, my name is Branden and this is Dimitra, and I'm going to walk you through a gentle yoga class. You know, some days are easier than others, and sometimes we just need to be very kind to ourselves and we need to move a bit slower and just take a moment to slow things down and pause and do what you need to for you. So we're going to start laying on our back with our soles of our feet together, our heels coming towards our sit bones and our knees out to the side for Supta Baddha Konasana. Have your eyes closed. Have your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your lower belly. And begin to feel your breath fill up your rib cage, your belly, and on your exhale, everything falling towards your spine. Having your breath be gentle and soft. Start to check in with how you feel, not avoiding any of the discomfort or pain that you may feel from whatever life has had to offer you. Doing your best to accept that it's happened, that the experiences that you've had today have already come and go, and to realize that they aren't right now. Right now you are laying on your mat and you are feeling your breath come in and out of your being. Feel your body be heavy into the mat. Inhale, feel your rib cage expand again. Feel your lower belly expand. And on your exhale, you can sigh through your mouth and just melt deeper into your mat. Inhale, feel the life force, the energy come within you. And then exhale all the things that don't serve you. If you're feeling any discomfort in your hips here, you're more than welcome to bring a prop under your knees. Don't be afraid to use support, to take support when you have that option. This is a moment where we're able to be vulnerable and not have to hold ourselves to any standards and feel strong, and we're allowed to just be vulnerable. When you're ready, straighten out your legs and draw your right knee towards your chest. Wrapping your hands, interlacing your hands around your right shin and hugging your knee up towards your chest. Often the places that we hold most tension are in our shoulders, our neck, and our hips. So that's where we're going to be focusing on today. But remember, if you're ever feeling that the discomfort is getting to be too much, try to sit with it for a moment, breathe awareness and attention into that space, and then when you really need to, be gentle to yourself and come right out of it. While you're laying here, take a moment to feel what it would be like if you seen yourself through the eyes of someone who loves you. The way that you see the people that you love. Imagine that you cared for yourself as you do for a newborn. You deserve that love and respect. If you would like to, you could roll your right ankle. You could circle your hip, your right hip. Take any movement you need to for you. And when you're ready, you can release your right leg down. And then you, on your inhale, draw your left knee towards your chest, wrapping your hands around your left shin. Use this time to feel that love again, as if you were caring for somebody that you deeply loved, and that person is yourself. How would you look at them? How would you treat them when they make mistakes? We are so easy to forgive others. And we take a long time to forgive ourselves often. Continuing to feel your breath fill up every cell in your body. Exhaling all the self-doubt and negativity that you feel towards yourself. If you'd like to roll your left ankle, you can do that now. If you want to circle your left hip at all, taking any movement that feels good for you. What you need and what you want is important. When you're ready, you can hug your knees towards your chest, taking any movement, shaking side to side in circles. And when you're ready, you can roll onto your right side. And you can press your hand into the mat, coming into the tabletop facing the front of your mat. Take a moment here to move in any way that feels good for you. You may shift your weight forward and back, side to side, in circles. Bring weight into your wrists. There's no right way here. But what I suggest is closing your eyes and feel each movement within your body. Let your body be the guide of where you go. And your breath complement those feelings. When you're ready, come back to neutral and step your right foot between your hands, keeping your left knee and top of your left foot on the mat. If you have any discomfort in your knee, you can fold your mat over, or you can put some form of pad underneath your left knee. Option to keep your hands planted on the mat like Dimitra here is, or you can come up into a higher lunge where you press your hands into your right thigh. Focus on the sensation that is coming into your hips. Have your left hip drawing forward so that your hips are square with the front of the mat. And see if you can let go of any of the tension that you might be holding on to. Remember, do not be afraid to take any support that you need. Whether that be having your hands on blocks or some form of prop to hold yourself up. Maybe you're holding onto the mat or onto your right leg. You deserve the support. Take it. Continuing to breathe deeply. See if you can bring a steady quality. When you're ready, you can shift your hips back towards the back of the mat so that you straighten out your right leg. Option to keep a soft bend in your knee. And if it feels good, you can draw your toes towards your chest for half splits. Just a couple breaths here, releasing your left hip. And when you're ready, shift back into your right knee, stacking over your ankle. Press into your hands and go back into your tabletop. If you'd like to go to downward facing dog, you can. This is your practice. And we're going to move to the other side, stepping our left foot between our hands. Taking the same option if you need to have a pad under your right knee or under your right, and have your right foot down, top of it down. Taking any movement you need here, taking the same variation you took on the other side. And on each exhale, can you bring a little bit more softness into your right hip? Inhaling fully, filling yourself up with love. And on your exhale, letting go of all judgments that you feel towards yourself. Continuing to breathe here. While you're sitting in the discomfort that may be rising within you, within your right hip, ask yourself, can you let go of what you cannot control? And can you love yourself enough to take action and control the things that you can? When you're ready, plant your hands down and shift your hips back, coming into half splits on this side. Understanding and taking control of what you do have control over and making the adjustments that you need to for you, loving yourself enough to do so, and also knowing when something is out of your control and learning to surrender and let go to that. I believe that that's probably where true wisdom lies. When you're ready, on your exhale, shift back into your lunge. Press into your hands and move in either to a child's pose, which is your knees down on the mat and your heels together and your sit bones come down into your heels, or you can come into your downward facing dog or tabletop. The next option, there's two of them. You can either do a wide-legged child's pose, which is bringing your knees as wide as you can and your feet as wide as your knees. Or you could move into frog pose, which is having your knees as wide as you can, your feet the same width, but your heels are pointing towards each other and your toes pointing away from each other. You can either stay up on your hands, or you can come down onto your forearms like Dimitra is here, and relax your forehead down onto either a block or the mat or your hands. This one can be quite intense. Do yourself a favor and don't go right to your limit right off the start. Allow yourself to go to 60 to 80%, and as you sit within the posture, you can slowly take yourself a little further as you feel ready to. In yoga, especially in yoga, we aren't in any rush to get anywhere. That everything is happening right now. Make sure that your hips are aligned with your knees so that you're not sitting back like a child's pose, but that your hips are a little bit more forward. Understand that it's very normal for discomfort to rise in these hip openers. I'm not sure if you can fully hear the wind through the camera, but remember that as everything, just like the wind, everything changes. And whatever you're experiencing in your life, regardless of what it is, it's not going to last, and it will pass. And brighter times will always prevail. Just 2 more cycles here, preparing to come out of it when you're ready. And when you're ready, shift your weight forward, gently coming out of the posture. Pressing back into downward facing dog. So this time I'll cue you into it. You can have your hands mat distance apart, your fingers spread, your feet are hip distance apart towards the back of the mat, coming into an inverted V here. Your knees can be bent, an option to pedal it out here, taking any moment to release. Have your sit bones rising towards the sky, and your inner leg lines drawing back to bring length to your hamstrings. When you're ready, you can drop your knees down to the mat. And then lower yourself all the way down to lay onto your belly. Bring your forearms on the mat in front of you. Your elbows are stacked under your shoulders. Your hands are in parallel with your elbows. And press in to your arms and lift your chest forward and up towards the sky for Sphinx pose. Have your hips, your pubic bone pressing into the mat, and feel length through your spine, all the way from your tailbone through your crown of your head. Allow your hips to release and relax. Allow your legs to be soft. Only a few breaths here. And when you're ready, bring your hands back by your side, by your chest, and you can press back into a child's pose or downward facing dog, whatever you'd like for you. We're going to move into pigeon on the right side. So draw your right knee towards your right wrist. Your right foot comes on the mat towards the left side. Your right foot may be anywhere from your left hip up to your left wrist, whatever feels comfortable for your hip. Bring focus into having your hips square with the mat. So wherever that feels comfortable and wherever your foot needs to be to make that feel comfortable, that's where you need to be. Your top of your left foot and your left knee are on the mat. Option to walk your hands forward, maybe coming onto your forearms or all the way onto your chest. Allow your right hip to be relaxed. Your left hip is heavy towards the mat. When you feel discomfort in this posture, you have two choices: to either let go of control and surrender, and to learn to accept the discomfort that you are experiencing, or maybe today you're feeling loving towards yourself and you feel like being gentle. And if that's the case, then take advantage of the control that you do have and come out of the posture at any time, or maybe back off a little bit and make it a little less intense. Another 3 cycles of breath here. If you'd like to stay longer, you're more than welcome to. But if you're ready to come out of it, you can press your hands into the mat, lifting your chest off, and step back to either downward facing dog or maybe a tabletop, whatever you need. If you took the downward facing dog, maybe pedal it out, shake your hips, encircle your hip. And when you're ready, we're going to move into the other side, drawing your left knee towards your left wrist, and your left foot being anywhere from your right hip to your right wrist. This side most likely feels much different than the other side, so rather than having expectations of where you should be or how the pose should look, take this moment to find what works for you on this side, what serves you. And when you're ready, you can, on an exhale, sink into the posture deeper, having your chest coming towards the mat. Letting your right hip be heavy towards the mat. See if you're holding any tension in your shoulders. Can you relax and soften your neck, your jaw, your tongue? fully to your breath, to the sensations that you feel within your hips. Allow whatever is arising within your mind. Rather than resisting, can you observe it? Like a cloud in the sky. You simply see it, and then you let it pass when it's ready to. I know it's uncomfortable. We're only here for a few more breaths. When you're ready, you can press your hands into the mat, tuck your back toes, and step back to either downward facing dog, tabletop, or child's pose. Taking a few more movements here, anything you need to. And when you're ready, you can drop your knees down onto the mat and then sit back onto your heels. You could either be in a cross-legged position like Dimitra here, or you could be on your knees if that feels better. We're just going to do a gentle neck stretch, releasing any tension we might be holding within our neck. So when you're ready, bring your hands by your side. Option to tuck your right hand underneath your either right sit bone or your right shin, depending on how you're sitting. And drop your head over towards the left side. Feel the sensation, the length in the right side of your neck. Taking any gentle movements you need to. Maybe bringing your chin towards your chest. Circling. Send breath to the sensations you feel. And when you're ready, you can release your right hand. Bring your head back to neutral. And when you're ready, tuck your left hand under your left shin, dropping your head over to the right side. Again, taking any movement you need to for you. Often when I do meditations, there's a practice of asking for, or first thinking of gratitude, things you're grateful for. Then it moves on to forgiveness and then to guidance. And often when I'm in the moment of forgiveness, generally what comes up is forgiving myself, because more often than not I treat myself worse than I treat those around me. But when I treat myself negatively and speak to myself negatively, you can't help but have it overlap into the people you care about and the people that you love. So take this moment. You can bring your head back to neutral when you're ready and release your stretch. And take this moment to have your eyes closed and to ask yourself for forgiveness for the way that you may speak to yourself sometimes and the judgments that you might hold towards yourselves. And know that you are worthy of love. And that you deserve kindness from others and from yourself. If you're having troubles feeling that love and that forgiveness, take a deep breath through your nose, fill up your whole body, and exhale all that judgment away. Inhale again. I know one breath didn't do it. Deep, full breath through your nose, and exhale through your mouth. Let it all go. One more. Fully. Deepest breath. Inhale through your nose. Hold for one moment. Feel the life, the love, and exhale all that's not serving you. Beautiful. When you're ready, you can come to lay on your back. Bend your knees. Bring the soles of your feet on the mat distance apart. Your knees coming towards each other. Option 2, windshield wiper side to side, taking any movements for your hips to release. And when you're ready, you can straighten your legs out. Bring your legs mat distance, hip distance apart, whatever feels comfortable. Bring your arms up above your head, reaching towards top or the back of your mat. Interlace your hands behind your head, and on your inhale, draw your head, your chin towards your chest. Feel the length in the back of your neck. Stay here for another breath. Inhale, watch your belly rise up. And on your next exhale, release your head down. Maybe let it out through your mouth. Coming into your Shavasana. Letting your breath be steady. Giving yourself that moment of gratitude for slowing things down and taking the time to care for yourself. Let the feelings and emotions of love flow through you. The energy flowing freely without your whole body. Sinking fully into the mat. Remember that we can only show love to others to the degree that we show it to ourselves. So each day, take a moment in the start to feel that love for you and to feel gratitude for your life and to let go of the judgments that you feel towards yourself so that you can offer that love towards others. I want to thank you so much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure to be able to guide you through this practice. We'd love it if you subscribe, share, like, give us feedback so we can serve you better. Thanks again. Namaste.